we're just gonna do a brief little kind of Ask Dr. Eckels Live questions. So we have a list of some things that we're gonna talk about, just some general, questions that we get asked fairly often. So, whenever you're ready, if you wanna hit me with it.
Okay, let's start with, what are common mistakes new cat owners make?
Yeah, so in general, I think new cat owners do a good job. They do a lot of research, learn about a lot of different things. One thing I would say that we see in clinic relatively common is probably overfeeding them. Because the cats are always going to want to ask for more. They're going to bug you. They want more food. Yeah. So, going off of the recommended feeding amount for their ideal weight on the bag is always a good tip, because we do see a lot of kind of chunky.
Well, that's a good one. They feed for the weight that they're at currently on the bag.
Yes.
And that's not.
And that's if you have a cat that's overweight and they're 12 pounds and they really shouldn't be 12 pounds, you shouldn't feed them for a 12-pound cat. You should cut it back. Yeah. We see that relatively often. So, can anybody hear us on the live? Is anybody there? Give us a comment if you can.
Also, you can ask questions on here.
Has our phone,
and we'll answer them.
We can try to do our best to answer them as you ask.
Okay, what's another one? When should a puppy start flea and tick prevention or heartworm prevention?
So, typically at their first puppy visit, we're going to start them on.
They can hear us.
Sorry, good job. You can hear us. Good. Typically at the first puppy visit, we're going to start them on preventions. It's important, especially heartworm prevention, deworming, flea and tick. There are some products that are labeled, they start at 8 weeks. So that's something that we have to consider. But in general, at that first puppy visit that we see them on. And also, quick disclaimer. So this is for general education purposes only. This does not, if you don't have an established veterinarian and a VCPR, you can take this information just as general education, okay?
Oh, this is a good one. How do I know if my dog is at a healthy weight?
Oh, yeah. So kind of going back to like we talked about with the cats a little bit and just feeding them to ideal body condition, there are some really great resources out there. And I say body condition, so we call that BCS, which is a body condition score. That is something that's used across all sorts of animals. I typically use the one in dogs and cats that's on a scale from 1 to 9. So 1 is like a super emaciated, super, super skinny animal, and 9 is like they're very overweight, obese. Okay, so that scale is kind of one that we go on, and it's an easy resource that you can just Google, canine body condition score, and that'll pull up a chart, and it has pictures, super helpful. Just like cartoon ones are fun, and there are ones of actual pets too that you can look at to see where you feel like your pet fits. Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, what are the benefits of routine blood work?
Yeah, so routine blood work is important. So it's going to give us kind of a picture of the overall health in a way. So a CBC can tell us what the blood cells look like, whether there's infection, whether they're well hydrated, whether they're anemic, things like that. And then a chemistry is going to tell us liver function, kidney function, electrolytes, all sorts of other important information. Doing those, regularly, we can kind of detect diseases early and then figure out more diagnostics from there. So it's an important tool. Good question.
Why do pets need parasite prevention year-round?
Yeah, so we live in Oklahoma, of course, so we have all the parasites, all the ticks. There's some ticks that don't necessarily go as dormant in the winter, so we do recommend, especially flea and tick prevention year-round. We see plenty of pets come in the wintertime, or what we consider wintertime, as much as it gets here.
If we get one.
With fleas, and they're like, oh, well, it's not the season. No, it's it's Oklahoma, we have the weather that we can have those fleas and ticks all year long. So that's the reason why I recommend that. Also, ticks transmit quite a bit of yucky diseases that we don't want our pets to get. So if we are controlling, doing prevention regularly, then we can help decrease that disease risk as well. So good points.
Also, there's some new people in there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. We can see them and we will answer them. This is a good one. What's the most rewarding part about being a vet?
Yeah, so I have always known since I was little that I wanted to be a vet. I just love animals, and being able to take care of them in a way is definitely a passion. The most rewarding thing is, seeing, like say a new client come in and they have some questions or they're just unsure of things, and then we can direct them in kind of the right diagnostics that they could pursue maybe, or things like that. It's rewarding to be able to help the clients to know, what we recommend and what we can do to, our goal is to keep these pets healthy and happy for as long as we can, so that they can have them with them for as long as we can. So that's super rewarding, is helping figure out those things that maybe not quite right. If that's,
yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be a big one. What are common reasons dogs itch?
Yeah. So there can be a huge long list of reasons why dogs can itch. Primarily, one of the first things we're going to rule out is, like we talked about a little bit ago, fleas and ticks. So fleas especially can be super itchy, make the dog pruritic. Some dogs can even be kind of allergic to it. So like one little flea bite will set them off, and then their skin's so inflamed and angry and itchy. Other things can be just allergies, so environmental allergens. We live in Oklahoma again, where we have all kinds of allergens that we as people are allergic to, and then pets as well. There can be food allergies that can cause, that presents as pruritus or itchiness in our pets. There's other, skin issues, fungal things, other mites, but there's a whole host of things that it can be. So if your dog is itchy, definitely, that's not normal. So you should definitely contact your veterinarian and see what can be done to help with that. There's all kinds of things that we can help with nowadays, compared to even like 10 years ago what we could do. So it's really exciting on that front as far as what we can do. But, good question.
All right, thank you. Well, that's all the questions I have. If anyone else has any more questions.
Are there any popped up on the?
Not yet, but at least we're being heard. They can hear us on the microphone.
That's good. That's good. Thank you guys for joining us today. So next week we're going to talk about kind of just a bug for next week maybe. We're going to talk about 5 things that every pet owner should know about preventative care. So that's going to cover wellness exams, vaccinations, parasite prevention, dental care, and nutrition weight management. So those are some kind of general points that we can talk about. And then let's take like one more question that you have on the list.
Also, Selena said she can't wait to see you today.
Oh, hi Selena. Thanks for joining us today. We love Miss Chi-Chi. She's the sweetest girl.
How often should cats see a veterinarian?
Yeah, so in general, our feline patients we don't see in clinic as often as dog patients. There's been studies on that. I don't remember exactly why that happens, but yeah, some of your cats also need annual exams once a year, just like dogs do. So they should come in annually for their exam as well. If there's ever anything that's not quite right with them, of course, call your vet and bring them in for an exam for that as well. So yeah, that's important. Those annual exams can catch things that if you wait too long, it doesn't help as much. But yeah.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
dental care. What are some great things that owners at home could be doing to help with dental care in their pets?
Yeah, so dental care is super important in our pets. So there are lots of products out there. I have gone through the pet store aisles myself, and it's super overwhelming when you look at all the dental stuff. So in general, I try to use products that have the Veterinary Oral Health Council seal of approval. Those products are tested, legitimate, and actually known to be helpful for dental disease. Those products can range from anything from water additives to chews to other supplements, but there are lots of things that we can do to help with that. Treats, things like that. So just look for that Veterinary Oral Health seal of approval, and you'll get products that are actually going to be helpful instead of something that's like a waste of money.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can do that, yeah. So we had a suggestion to, I think some of you may have seen it on our posts, but we have a new chip reader that is available to the public that we've installed outside of our clinic, so that if you ever find a stray animal, you can bring them by the clinic. There's a whole board on there that shows you the instructions on how to do it. You just scan them for a microchip. So we can go take this outside and go show you guys what that looks like and go from there, okay? So follow us.
Can you guys hear me still? Okay, so this is the front of the clinic, and this is so it has instructions, so just kind of follow these instructions. But to get this out of the box, you're just gonna put the latch on and then turn it on, and then it has a window up here that goes pretty far where you can scan the pet. Those pets are gonna have a microchip placed like between their shoulder blades, so that's the area of the pet that you're gonna scan, like their neck, their shoulders, and kind of down each of the legs. So kind of figure out if they have a hip. And then it also has step by step what you do next if it does notify you that the pet does have a chip. Super helpful, just for stuff. Get the pets back. Okay, so when do you want today? Okay, that's all we have for today. So thank you guys. Hope you will join us next time for our next live. Yeah, maybe next week. Yeah. Thank you guys. Bye.